and you're realizing Thomas, I mean, he had a great game to begin with. He was, what, 10 kills, I think, in the first 8-9 rounds? And
I think it was 7-1.
There you go. And he's only got 12 for the rest of the half. He really has faded away for the rest of his team, though. Haven't really been able to present much of a case either. Next man in line is Zame on 9 kills. Miko on 8. And then you obviously turn to the Enterprise boys. You can see it here. I mean, look, 17 on Petri. I talked about him being a warrior towards Cave. You can clearly see it in the numbers. 122 ADR. And then behind that, you've got 2 players also on 11, another one on 12. Systems have the quietest game of the lot, and that's just because they've gone B more than A.
Yeah, and what's funny is the players that we highlighted in the head-to-head have been the quietest ones on the server.
Yeah.
And, I mean, look, that does happen sometimes, guys. It's one of those things. We can't always get it right. Me and Ryan can't be right all the time. It is common, but it's not all the time.
Yeah. Apparently Zurus needed a tech pause. That's why we're in one. Nothing more than it. You know, usually we see people go to breaks. No breaks here usually, Brandon. It's just straight into the second half. You enjoy the...
Honestly, yeah, I prefer that so much. We don't...
Yeah.
Especially when teams are kind of going back and forth and it's like momentum hasn't really been established for either side. I feel like, again, it kind of... Well, it simulates like a real game of Counter-Strike, right? Where, like, imagine you're... Especially like a mixed team versus like a team with a little bit of structure. You just want to get right back involved. You don't want there to be any breaks in the action. You want to capitalize on your potential advantages. And this is really exciting. And that's why, again, I'm a big fan of this format. I think the fact that we can just go straight into it and we are going to get the unpause now, we are going to get the countdown, is exciting. I want more Counter-Strike. Bring it on. Because if we're 20 minutes in and we've had a half, man, that's wild to me.
It's crazy that we could be playing a whole 3 maps of Counter-Strike in 2 hours at this rate, you know?
Yeah.
That's how quick the game's going. That's, you know, the more scaled version of this. We'll see. Enterprise pistol underway. It is the selection, of course, of now the CT side. The Empiregoblins need to turn things around if they want to take them to 2 and take them maybe to a 3rd. Miko opening frag, Petchin denying an escape route for the man that claims first blood. 4v4. The dual Berettas for the T side. Bomb a little bit too overcommitted solo towards ramp. Systems going to be caught out by Markow, and really now Enterprise have got to work from the man disadvantage. Double push towards Cave. Maybe want to hit the brake pedal a little bit, Brandon. You still got 1 minute and 15 to go. Do you really need to be committing now? I mean, well-timed flashbang, good positioning on it as well, but Lekka only just making the wraparound work now, and his teammate of Zurus also taken down. But what it has done is called basically everyone over to this B site, and Lekka's just going to stroll out into a vacant A-hold. Very nicely done. Bomb plant. Don't think it'll be around, but it certainly at least can be a little bit of money for the team.
Yeah, it's making the best out of a bad situation, and there's no kit. There are players, and you got to bear in mind that Mafio is quite low. Everyone's rotating in from CT. I like that. There's no kind of loose edges, and now they're all pushing in towards Donuts, and Zame will actually just put Lekka out of his misery. Bomb's already been stuck this entire time. Empiregoblins win both pistols on Ancient.
Yeah, fair play. Looks pretty promising for them, right? But you are right. Like, the fact that it's as close as it is, considering they won both pistols, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I'm here for it, man. Hopefully this creates a level of normality. Then again, we saw forced by responses left, right, and center. So who knows? Enterprise finding themselves in a tricky situation. But a bomb plant does mean a lot of money saved. But that molly, big damage to start things out. But Zurus walks past it, and there's a clear gap in the defense right now for the CT side, Brandon, and that's exactly where that Galil's heading.
Yeah, straight down the guts. Zurus won't know it just yet, but we do, Mikey. Good start. And again, that still pulls attention away. That might incentivize these players to go for it, but last bullet of the magazine. Zame finds Lekka, low HP. There is an immediate trade. You've got to reload that one if your system recovers the bomb, but look at this push out towards Donut. Zurus not watching it. Miko could be in for one more.
System spams away. Miko tagged up. 3v2 now. System catching
so
Thomas I'm wondering if Zurus was picked up on the death cam. Either way, bomb make its way through Donut. Miko uses his last smoke. Walk it off, give himself a little bit of time. The damage through it is massive. Deagle eventually blasts him down. It's Markow, 2 players tagged, but it's a 3v1 and unfortunately falls at the first hurdle. Lets Enterprise back ahead, and this time with bigger consequences for the CT side. 9-8, but no money left and probably out of gas here, the Norwegian side.
Yeah, that was quite scary though, because that fight in towards Cave, if that went the other way, if there was an extra couple of bullets in that, say it was an A4 and not an A1S, Empiregoblins could have had the bomb, they could have had full control. Enterprise, it's a good game plan, but there are little kind of accidents that are waiting to happen, and it's just whether Empiregoblins can find them and exploit them, because they are there for the taking. Do not get me wrong, this game is not out of contention yet. Especially with shots like that.
Four on 5. Any more of the same, and Empiregoblins could find themselves back in business. Mikey will pick up the M4. Obviously, that's off his teammate's body, not exactly off of the right person. Minute and 10. Enterprise a lot more calculative in how they play the T-size brand. And this is the one thing we were talking about at the pre-show as well, is we knew Empiregoblins are just going to try and take fights and use their aim to their advantage, whereas Enterprise a little more engaged in what's going on upstairs, you know, thinking things a lot more through and trying to create some structure. It could be a very, very demanding CT half here for the Norwegians. Deagle in the molly connects with 2, but of course the nerf, it's 3 to kill, my friend. Petchin trades. Matteo finds another, so it is a 4 versus 3. It's in favor, to be fair, of this Empiregoblin side.
Boost up. Plant. Can't. Oh, it will be denied. Lecker low HP, and Petchin is as well. So now a lot of responsibility falls on towards system. The issue you've got is the smokes are dissipating. The flashbang forward is perfect. Matteo secures one more, and they can all swing on system. And Empiregoblins will win it out. It's Deagles and 5-7s to find all the kills. And as Kalasa or Enterprise are going to need to take an eco, or at least just by Tech 9s. It's a bit woeful.
And crazy as well. Think back to how the first half of this game started.
Yeah, good point.
It's exact same format, right? It was like back and forth, pistol round forced by the trade-off certainly there. Enterprise bring out 2 AKs, but behind it, standing more on a glass floor than anything. Double Deagle, 1 Tech 9. Petchin wants the molly slip past him, but it doesn't stop him from finding the opening kill. And the problem is Empiregoblins, such an early cave committal, that now Matteo has to back up to cover off. And that allows the timing nearly for Petchin, but through the smoke, Lecker trades. Do they expect another? Zame, it's a go big or go home situation. He needs to basically find all 3 on site if he wants Empiregoblins to take 10. That's a good start.
What?
But the Deagle sideswipes him. You are right, the C4. Plenty of time to go play fetch. Unfortunately for Mikey, low HP will be his demise, but it's good information. Molotov well placed, but Thomas can't connect. And now it's just Miko 1v2. And the previous engagement gives everything away. System waiting. Does he find the push? And I think it does indeed just come to shove. And while he's deploying the smoke, it's System that catches himself with his pants down. And it's Enterprise double digits.
Wow, okay, that's... These rounds are so scrappy. The site, just put the C4 down. I understand the need. Sweat off the brow moment for Enterprise. They will reclaim back the lead. Matteo needs to fall away. This time the utility is denying vision, is denying presence. Again, it's this force by war. Consecutive rounds in a row will break this run, will force the hand of one of these teams to have an eco.
Yes, basically, who's gonna be the team that gives it up first, right? Both teams fighting for something. Zurus. It's a good start. It's a step closer to making sure that Empiregoblins don't have a chance. And yet again, it's Petchin talking about his CT side performance in Cave Brand, and apparently it is just his kingdom. Can do it just as good on the T side as well. Markow against 5. And I think finally we have some normality to this game. And you even said at the beginning of all of this that Empiregoblins will know how to make this game close. And up until this point, they very much do so. But this is a chance for Enterprise to just pull ahead and close it out before things get any more dangerous.
Yeah, this gives them a little bit of breathing room because this goes 11-9. It has to be an eco if Markow, you presume he will save onto this M4 because Enterprise's economy doesn't facilitate a hunt. So it should be 11-9, which should then snowball into 12-9. And then you're right. I think it's that gun round. That's gonna be the most crucial round of the entire game. The next gun round for Empiregoblins, because if they win that, they can then start to build back in. Then it becomes a lot more of a contest. What the danger is right now is that Enterprise can just pull away and just drive off into the sunset.
Yeah. And we were wondering if we were ever going to see that, to be honest with you, at the start of this half, with how back and forth it's been. Finally,
I think take a look at the HUD round at the top. See how the rounds have been distributed.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's no like sequential rounds. Maybe there's like patches, but it really isn't a game of momentum. This is just back and forth. This is a slugfest, and we knew scrappy CS was going to be the name of the game. And Empiregoblins definitely forced an Enterprise to feel some of it. Start of this round starts pretty damn well, system. Very well, in fact. Double kill. You get hyped. Of course, it's an eco, but that was the only rifle, an M4, if I'm not mistaken, dropped in the mouth of Double Haul. And I don't think the T-side want to give up control of that anytime soon. Do not give it away back to the Empiregoblins. Eurus has been let run by. Lekka spotted him out, though. And now, indeed, the rest should just fall into place. Zame, he knows the M4 under his nose. You know, if he can play a game of fetch, it would be cool. But even then, I was going to say, Enterprise should just be able to deny enough A presence to take it down. 12-9, 4 from 16, and 4 from securing the opposition pick. Empiregoblins need a way back in and fast.
This is it. This is the swing round. And I think, honestly, if you're Enterprise here, you just up the pace. You go all as 5 somewhere fast. You try and give Empiregoblins a taste of their own medicine. I think if you overwhelm, rather than trying to play a default here, could be a successful story. Instead, it's going to be more of a defaulty play. Lekka just runs into mid by himself. It's supported by utility, but at the end of the day, the 2 players in mid overwhelm.
Indeed. Back to work here for Enterprise. And what their next steps are towards B. Yet again, I'm just not happy with that fight, Brandon. Mikey takes it solo. Markow will best him. It's another 1v1 duel. Finally, something going the Enterprise way. Thinking he's got some space to work with towards A. To be fair to him, a lot more than should be given. Slips his way right into Temple. Miko swings into it. All crumbling right now. CT side might be baited into a rotate. 2 players stick. They don't twist. And unfortunately, Enterprise, they're going to pull the bomb back across, which means Zame now needs to go huge. And dropping the sight hold, it might just make Enterprise reconsider.
Why do they keep splitting up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Petch is now going mid on his own. It's to try and find this donut player, sure. That's your consideration, but Zurus has got the molly and he's got the bomb. Zame looking between 2 angles, waiting, trying to find time. But that's an important kill. Petchin will secure it. Zurus now needs to cross over, will make it. Plants for donut 2, and the swing on the bomb. The molly is down. The kill is in, but Zurus somehow gets one on the way out.
Petchin, 1v1.
What?
No kit for Markow. He drops the smoke at the mouth of Donut. The spam is so ideal. 13 on the board for Enterprise. And Brandon, I don't blame you questioning why Petchin threw down the smoke. But apparently the man just knows the lineups and he spams him right through. 13-9, 24 kills on the big man in the first map. And you can't deny, Brandon, he is the only factor as to why Enterprise have found themselves remotely in this position.
Yeah, it's impact as well as the quantity of kills. It's quality as well as quantity. And that round there, that was genuinely the best opportunity for Empiregoblins to find a way back into the game, because that was genuinely Enterprise offering up so many kills on a silver platter. There was so many individual gunfights that could have fallen the other way. It's remarkable to me they play the round like they do, but I guess it doesn't matter. They do secure it now. Set for 14. Mikey even overwhelms Matteo.
Nice at least to drop one and get an AK, but the problem is this game far too gone already to think about, oh, a save is okay. It's got to be round win. It's got to be a success story, Brandon, not one that Empiregoblins write off. Look at this. Don't even prioritize a bomb plant. They're just thinking about the kill. Nade, pretty well placed. Eurus spamming through the aftermath. And unfortunately for Markow, can't hit the shot. 14-9, the Czech side 2 away. And really, this is the go big or go home moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've won 2 rounds since the sides have swapped. And this is kind of what we were alluding to. This is what we're saying. It's very difficult as a newly formed team / mixed team that come from different teams in the same domestic backgrounds to try and combine and facilitate reactions immediately. Double AWP, that could be your answer. System hits the deck early.
Really nicely done. Zane looking for another. The AWP's just too quick. That was a left eye peek, Brandon. Swings out. Mikey caught sleeping at the wheel. And already the double deficit to try and help Enterprise back. And
nice.
Petrin goes to double down, and the big man, unfortunately, bested yet again. Lecker and Eurus 2v5. We said that this was the round that Empiregoblins need to win. It's their chance to connect back into Ancient, a chance to get back into this game. And they might deliver, but not just that, it could be flawless as well.
And it will be. What a round from Zame. Also loved the double setup in towards Cave with Markow and Matteo. Matteo taking the first bit of contact, then just falls all the way back in, entices Petrin in towards that space, and Markow's just tucked in the corner the entire time. 14-10. And again, it's a consideration. The Enterprise aren't leading with utility. They're allowing a lot of these gunfights to be a true 1 versus 1. And with the long-range angles you can take on the CT side of Ancient, with the double snipers, that is coming out on top now for Empiregoblins. It's going to be A. Donut CT now being lined up. But the split's actually going to come through Donut.
Indeed. I'm liking this.
Smoke's missed.
Yeah, that one. Oh, guys, don't worry. Lurk smoke. That's what it's for. Miko. Oh, Miko with the AWP. A delightful double could be on for a hat-trick as well. Nearly punishing System. Fortunate to be walking away with his life. Petrin, the afterlife, the nade saves them. Another kill goes their way. Matteo checking close right, and he will clear him out. Mikey, 1v3. A lot to be done. No bomb either. Might even be thinking about a save call with a minute to spare. Problem is, I think the C side detected 1 point of health left because of that HE.
Surely this is the 11th. Just click. 1 bullet. There we go. Nice. What lovely job. Double AWP seems to be working. Last round it was Zame. This time it was Miko. Drops the bomb. And that just sends the round into a lot of turbulence for Enterprise. Money is there for one more buy. But I tell you what, Empiregoblins win this. Suddenly it's 14-12. Suddenly Enterprise needs to eco. Then they'll just be 1 round away from closing up the scoreline again.
Chance is definitely there, Mr. B-Dog. Empiregoblins definitely have presented themselves with a case that's defendable. The question is, can Enterprise throw the book at them before the Norwegians catch back up? Very slow, very humbling again to see that Enterprise, they know how important this round is, Brandon, so more calculative, just making sure they're not the team that makes the mistake.
Yeah. Hit the nail on the head. By slowing the pace down, you're expecting the CT side to get up in your face, get a lot more aggressive, because that's been the tendency, that's been the play style of the Norwegian side. Instead, they're playing very responsive, Nobody's moved. Everyone's anchored in their positions because there's been no pressure anywhere on the map yet from Enterprise. That looks to change. If the molly goes in right now, that can unsettle Zame and potentially allow a peek to come in at Cave.
Molly straight in towards sight. Zame, got to be careful. Mikey, first blood. Does go his way. The Orpa stuck behind the smoke, trying to earn his way back into sight, given some space, but no breathing room as Lekka shuts him out. Flash over the top. Markout going for heroics as he finds a double, but now it's a Thomas 1v3. To be fair, he was the star show at the start of the game. Gonna need something nothing short of spectacular now. And he does sit in the long smoke, and the bomb planter and the Orpa is dropped first. Mikey and Petchin, got to do it between them. The kit in the hands of Thomas as well, starts to peek back in, but doesn't expect the man so close to short. Mikey closes up shot 15-11. The nature of this game is close, but no cigar as Empiregoblins, no money. And they've got to win 4 rounds consecutively if they even stand a chance of taking their map pick.
Just giggled a little bit there because they both picked up AWPs and it was like, no, we only need 1. And then they both pick up AKs. So, no AWP at the end of the day for Enterprise. But you're right, they are essentially just with 5 kills away from securing. Fast flashes out. Miko, though, gets deleted, but it's Thomas again with an important multi-kill. Mikey gets bested at Cave. 2 versus 3, and system's really low.
Nicely done, Petchin finding Matteo. At least there is a chance. Light at the end of the tunnel, maybe. Molotov, that's so much information given up. Zane, sure, takes 40 points of health to it, but I don't think Enterprise are interested in the amount of damage, the quantity of the damage done by the Molotov. It's the information knowing there was a man towards B. So just regroup, go back towards A. Don't want to run into the AWP. Sure, we know they're split. Maximum, 1 player on the other side. Mark out. He's starting to push up to middle as well, expecting this to be B. They have played this perfectly here, Enterprise.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really well done. Boost up as well, a little bit of safety. No one's here, though. That's so well done. Issue is, with how slow Enterprise are playing this, they're only about to just plant the bomb, and Zame can be on a quick rotation here with Markow. 2 versus 2 to keep Empiregoblins in the map.
Yeah, go big or go home really is the story of this round. Waiting patiently. Enterprise know they can work against the clock, and well, it's a good start for Zay and Petchin to close things up. It would just be fitting, wouldn't it? It would just be fitting. But Petchin closes things out 16-11, and map 1 goes Enterprise's way. Brandon, you said it, and I'll repeat it many a times. You knew that this game was going to be scrappy, and heading into it, fair play. Good job, but not good enough. Enterprise 16-11. Empiregoblins now to make a game close, but not on the receiving end of success.
Yeah, and again, it just came down to the team experience of Enterprise starting to show. Don't get me wrong, that was incredibly chaotic, and there were so many small mistakes from the micro end of things that actually caused macro problems for Enterprise. Empiregoblins did a fantastic job of staying in the game all the way throughout. They made Enterprise sweat, but now this map picks out the way, and Enterprise have secured it. You go on to Inferno with heaps of confidence and heaps of familiarity.
Yes, absolutely. Really well played, to be fair to them. Enterprise, a good enough job on map 1. I think things got a little too scary for my liking there, Brandon. The question is, will they be able to close things out? They won the opposition's map pick. Can they repeat success heading into the second map? We'll find out in just a few moments. Enterprise take map 1, and I don't think the word convincing comes to mind, Brandon. A very scrappy game of Counter-Strike we've just witnessed, of course, 16-11. The force by warfare was outrageous in the first map. The question is that going to be a consistent theme with us through the series? It's Enterprise's map pick now to really discover if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, look, I don't think it will be. I feel like this map should be a lot more comfortable for Enterprise. They've got more map repetitions. They do like to play this one a lot comparatively towards Ancient. You've got them starting on the T side, of course, and it was the CT side that really kind of fell a little bit flat for Empiregoblins. So I think that Enterprise, if they get off on the right foot, they can definitely try and change the tides of this game. Be interesting to see if Empiregoblins can keep up the streak of winning pistol rounds, because it's 16-11, but they still lose both pistols in that game.
Yeah, and obviously if that changes, you feel like map 1 could have been a lot more convincing. I think Enterprise certainly will know that as well. As you said, they have more reps and the better quality on this map as well, right? You look at Enterprise's results. They played Mouse NXT and Eyeballers. To be fair, a team called Zil22 as well. They beat the most recent affair they had, 16-9, lost to Eyeballers, but a pretty strong tier 2 team. The question is, will they find repeat success and make it 2-0? Will Empiregoblins take us to a third? Let's find out. Here we are, Brandon. Inferno. Usually all good BO3s end here. We just won it one earlier. It is, of course, CT side start for the Goblins. They select this map, so it's their choice to start on this side. And, well, Thomas's choice, Julie's in apartments, and it delivers, but only on one street. And that street is narrow, as Lekka minimizes all sorts of threat towards Zaps. They can look towards A, and that's a brilliant turnaround from the man Deficit, but a sick shot from Zame.
That's so clean. But now the hit's in, the split in from short. Zurich has dealt with one. Zame overwhelmed as well. And now that bomb can be planted. 1 versus 3 for Miko as he rotates in by long.
We're talking about the lack of success on the pistol rounds, Brandon. What an important one to be winning. Miko picks up a kit, and in the 1 versus 3, could be able to isolate this first fight on Zurich. Problem is, no immediate kill means everyone can swing. Everyone trying to peek right now. 4 points of health is all he's left with him while he has found the first. I feel like 1 will be enough as he starts to push on in. Pechin up close on the Vino box, and it will be 1-0. Enterprise take the first pistol of the series in pretty dominant fashion.
And the one thing that actually wins Enterprise the round is as soon as they lose the opening kill, they don't immediately swing. They wait, they close up the trade spacing. Lekka crouch peeks while the other player behind him just swings with him standing up. So now you've got 2 different elevations of peaks you have to deal with, and you've got the delay. It's not the immediate response, which Thomas was really waiting for.
MP5 in the hands of Mikey.
I love it.
This gun, do you know what? It's become a little more in fashion, to be fair. Why do you love it, bro?
I actually just really like it. I don't know, it's satisfying.
Yeah.
To get kills with it. I guess it's the little noise it makes. Just a...
Yeah, it's the silencer, right? Yeah, I'm with you.
I enjoy it. Oh.
Unlucky.
Miko, yeah, he doesn't enjoy that.
No satisfaction from that one, Brandon.
Oh, Mikey might get some satisfaction on top. Banana. As all the kills are falling into place. It's just Matteo left. He's trying to pick up the utility. Realizes that he's got 2 smokes, so he can't put both of those in his pockets.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
I was gonna say, could that be a change? Could we have 4 grenades of any type? That was nice.
There's a third one there if he wants it.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, look at him go. He's picking them all up. Go on, go fetch the other one, mate. If I'm honest, thinking about it literally, it would be fun to have a test. But the thing that I fear in that most, Brandon, is like, you know, especially when you head on to CS2, and the fact that there's no skyboxes, like maybe CSGO, yeah, I'd agree, but just imagine people being able to, what a play, by the way, from Matteo. People be able to throw smokes across maps anyway, so the fact that if you could pick up 3 smokes, you could throw a full execute from like 1 person from pit. I know that doesn't change in terms of like, well, you can get teammates to drop, but your lurk could become your front runner. Smokes B, go A, fake, make it look like a fake. But actually, it's just a sight hit on the other side of the map. It would be crazy. It'd be cool to see how that worked. But you are right. I don't know. I think keep it as it is for now. That's where
I agree. I agree. I feel like what we've got a little bit of an eco round, so if it gets too crazy, we can revert back to the round. But I think what CS2 has done very well is it feels like a new game, but it feels like a really familiar one.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to describe it.
Haven't you got a few spare keys as well, Brandon? You can give out to the Twitch chat
I don't.
If they DM you on Twitter.
No, there are no keys for.
No, it is true. It is true. That, yeah, all jokes aside, if anyone DMs you saying, "Oh, I can give you access,"
no,
they can't. It's all random. It's all in game. Brandon has it. I don't.
Yeah.
It's as easy as that, right? Like I say, as easy as that. It's yeah. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And in this game, Brandon, you are a winner and I am a loser.
Unlucky.
AK saved for the CT side. There was just the one kill in towards T-Apps. Nothing much.
Actually, to be fair, I think you're the winner because I just have to play Dust 2 all the time.
True. Yeah, and I don't have to play any of that. So,
no.
Not even on Face It.
Yeah.
I ban it, but sure. Yeah, it's true. I'll take it. Yeah.
I think now's the perfect time before we get into this gun round to really reflect on what's happened here. And it has been smooth sailing for Enterprise. There's not been anything too complicated. There's not been anything where the rounds have got really crazy. That's why we've kind of got this little relaxed, reserved approach as we kind of enter into round number 4. But now, here's where the fun begins. You've got an AWP out on Zame, who performed incredibly well on Ancient. Let's see if his AWP in on Inferno is up to par.
That's it. Has anything changed? Is the outcome of this game going to be sculpted any differently by round 4? Nade, mark out. Throwing it a little too quickly for my liking. Just as the molly starts to fade away, Enterprise weren't even given a chance to creep up to apartments before being met by it. No damage taken, and a triple stack here, Brandon. Oh, this could get dangerous. Flashes are thick and fast, and look at him go, Thomas. He'll find the first, diving into pit. I'm loving the camera angles right now, because we've caught all the action, and it's gone all in the grain of the Enterprise way. 4v2, Lecker on the late long wrap, and that'll be 4-0.
The confidence for Enterprise to go for an apps pop on your first gun round that you're up against is pretty absurd. But look, it does work out. You lead with the Mac 10. It can get up close like we saw as it overwhelmed in towards pit. Then there was a second flash that went deep into the bomb site. And the player, I think it might have even been Thomas, that was caught at the back of the site, was fully blind, could not see a thing. All the kills come in quick succession. What you're noticing, the differences between Ancient and Inferno for Enterprise, is their entry routine has been so well choreographed. It's been so well drilled into their brains.
Yeah.
They know exactly where to go. They know which player's doing what, and every base is covered.
4-0. Very, very different contrast between the maps, right? Like, you look at Ancient, we were talking about how back and forth, we were talking about the force by nature. There's none of that here. Enterprise can just work through anything. Difficult rounds, they know how to play them out. They know how to play against the full buys. Eco rounds, they know how to make them cost effective. Sure, a 10 o'clock game, but they are looking very sharp right now, Brandon. You know, usually teams warm up. Maybe that's their reasoning as to why Ancient was so close. Enterprise have come onto map 2, and the start has been exceptional.
Maybe. Spam. Okay. Well, that's one way to deal with the apps pressure. Now Thomas trying to rotate in. Guess what? System's already out. That's the entire A bomb site completely unlocked. All Miko can do is try and progress in towards top brackets. No gap in the smoke. Oh, maybe there is. There's a slight gap here potentially to exploit.
Oh,
just
that's
kidding.
sick.
Zuris has walked through long. It's not just sick, it's disgusting. There's no kills available for Empiregoblins. Matteo has to save again. This time doesn't quite have the free smokes.
No, and he probably won't get to keep his life, in all honesty.
No, they got so much money.
It should just go 5-0, and they go hunting. Don't
You know what's
allow
scary?
it. Go on.
You know what's a telling sign of how dominant this is? Look at all the utility Enterprise have got left over.
It is true. They have another execute's worth of utility, and...
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they could just use it all to get Matteo dead.
Yeah. Are starting to.
Yeah. So
Let's see if he can hold on.
surprise, no molly thrown to here. There we go. There it goes. Matteo. Yep. Tick, tick, tick. Boom. 5-0. Bomb explodes in the background, but on the forefront of it all, it is a dominant T-Star Enterprise. 5 to the good. Empire Goblins yet to score. And to be honest, I think we could kind of see this one happening as well, Brandon. I know we were talking about map 1 being close. I think once you hit a comfort point for Enterprise, we even said it in the pre-show, we knew this map more or less was a given for the T side or for the Enterprise side, just because we know that this is a map that's so tried and tested for them.
Oh, maybe not in this one.
Mag 7.
Nico's got a Mag 7.
Who is it that does this? There's a Bulgarian player that does this all the time.
Oh,
I want to say like one of the 359 guys, right? Like a ships or like a...
yeah, like a oxygen.
There you go, probably. Nades doubled. Nico.
Oh,
Hello. There you go. Snipes him down. Any more? He'll be asking. Yes, sir. Lecker next up to the chopping block. And while the Mag 7 wasn't the item to find the frag, it's AK kept in storage, and Enterprise slam the brake pedal towards B. Maybe look towards brackets. Trying to take things at a little longer range, understanding, well, if shotguns is the theme towards B, surely we should just be running into pistols and the occasional SMG towards A.
yeah, top brackets has been acquired. The wrap on towards long is looking like a possibility. Matteo's rotated over. It's going to be Miko on this AK. Low HP, though. One bullet would do it. However... oh, this angle's so tight. Doesn't matter. Petchin clears it. And now the wrap onto B is on. And this is a perfect response from Enterprise, because there's only Zame here. Sure, he's got an AK, but there's no armor.
Smoke goes in behind him. Zame turns his attention, but doesn't hit the shot. Fair play to them. Empire Goblins go for the rotate, go for the A stack. And they were correct in their assumptions up until the wraparound happened. It should be 6 on the board as well, and with relative ease, System will have his 3. 6-0. Full house between himself and Petchin. Zurus just watching the frags happen. Didn't even need to lay finger on the mouse 1 button. Scary, scary stuff here, Mr. B-Dog. And Empire Goblins. It's another full investment, but we really need to start seeing change. We need to start seeing success for anyone to be convinced.
That's a really smart mid-round as well for Enterprise. Recognize that Empire Goblins started off quite heavy towards Banana. Then they got the kills, knew that they'd probably reset to the other side of the map. So they just do a top brackets control to anchor in the A bomb site, and then they just wrap B through arches. It's just really well conducted.
That's a 6-star. Can't be convinced just yet, Brandon. Think to the nature of the previous fall by. Think to the nature of many rounds here on this CT side. They've got advantages, but they haven't been managing to close. That's a better start for Zame. Does walk back in towards middle. No flash to help him in, and so the Band-Aid ripped right off. Or cut out from short. Molotov going in towards long as well. Smoke goes deep, and I'm liking this. Empire Goblins, look, you lose a bit of control towards long. You don't have that information. They try and take it towards apartments, and Miko, while in charge of holding for utility and for knowledge, dinked up a tad, admittedly through the wall, but 27 points of health is all he's left with. Petchin should be able to find the kill. Waiting for Zurus' swing. 3 versus 3. This could be another wraparound towards B, and I think Empire Goblins will recognize this. But the bomb sitting in apartments mean it can only go one way, and he did spot the legs out towards site. Markow didn't spot him back, so the information going one way, trying to entice the long wrap to happen. And with the side player removed, the pit player gone as well. 1v3, Matteo. A lot to do in this round, Brandon. Another 3vx scenario that Enterprise have managed to come back from.
Yeah, we'll break it down in a second here. Matteo gets double swung. And what Enterprise are doing is they're adding variation, but they're doing it in the mid-round, which is really catching Empire Goblins off. Look at how that round plays out. You're completely correct. It's another 3 versus X. Enterprise drop the same smoke, and they do the same play. They take double control out towards arches. They get the kills. The angle management from the CTs look really good, especially from I believe it was Miko out towards Arches. It looked like he always had the off angles. Looked like he always had the jump. But gets dealt with. Suddenly, Empire Goblins are like, well, this is the same play. We know exactly what's up. It's going to be another B ramp. No. Enterprise reset. The bomb is in apartments the entire time. He takes the first contact to allow the players on long to then swing onto the pit player. It's just really well done. And it is causing constant confusion for Empire Goblins.
Heading into our 35th round of Counter-Strike, our first tactical pause called. Kind of tells you the story of this game.
Also, our 35th round of Counter-Strike in just over an hour and 10 minutes.
That is crazy, isn't it? You'd hear that stat and think, well, it went to overtime. No, no, sir. And I think we had like, what, a 12-minute break in the middle, including the ads?
We did? Okay.
That's a good start.
Matthio's got a 1-round break.
Yes, enjoy, sir. Watch it from the back seat. Head taken off his shoulders yet again. It has just been a similar story the entirety of this game. Mikey, kind of feel like that's got to be a must-hit frag. I'll have a second chance at it, and this time it's a lot better for him. Damage still. Down to 33. Flash coming through the smoke. Look at this confidence from Enterprise. They didn't have to even go for this. At a minute and 15, they could have just waited for the utility to burn out. Instead, they want to go right through. And the surprise element, enough to find a 2-man deficit now from Empire Goblins, and the rest should just fall into place. Mikey knows now. Last man left towards B. I think you can even tell by the wallbang he knows he's somewhat low. But the headshot, more than enough. Overkill, some might say, but Enterprise 8-0. Overkill has been the story of their game because they have been owning ever since they entered Inferno.
Wow. In the last 4 rounds, Empire Goblins have only killed 4 players.
One around, that's all right.
Well, no. I think the economy tells a brighter story as well. That's a chicken.
Yeah, unlucky, Zane. To be fair, we've all been there.
We have.
You
Don't
panic.
kill the chickens on Inferno, please.
Yeah.
PSA.
Nade, pretty well placed by Miko, to be fair. Second one. Chip damage as well, but 3 players susceptible. 1 dink to the M4 now, Brandon. That's the doors that open here in round 9. Enterprise so far have been very sharp at shutting them, and Lecker yet again slams one in the face of Miko. 5 versus 4. Boost to happen. I don't think this will be on the bingo card here for Enterprise, but certainly should be an angle they clear out. Petchin right-clicks the smoke. That does block the vision of the player under balcony, but still allows him to see over the top, and I'm liking that as well. Mikey, 6 points of health, but that is a T on the B site.
It is, but I don't know that they're going to be aware of this. Oh, they are. Matteo does clear it. Immediate trade not here. And now your rotations are all over the place for Empire Goblins. They're ready and waiting. Thomas swings out, but only gets 1. And now Zame on the AWP can maybe deploy, but again, it's another T on the A-bomb site. Zuris wants to keep fighting. 9-0, that's the closest it's come to in a while.
Exceptional. The Counter-Strike being played here, Brandon, by Enterprise is something that you can yourself go back and watch, not you specifically. I mean, you need all the help you can get, but I mean, you know, everyone at home, they can go and have a little watch as well. It's just brilliant, man. I'm loving the Counter-Strike. Zame, run, boost. Yeah, I mean, I like the attempt, but you know that there's an AWP in the picture. You'll see the scout just vanish from the body. He's like, well, one more towards middle. Miko dishing out haircuts. There you go, Mikey, just as you asked, mate. Bald and, well, system. He'll also lose all his hair and his life. Second man dropped to the Eagles. The hand cannons dishing out punishment. Still a 3v3 as Petchin earns the control back. You hear the clicking in the chat. It's a nice shot, drops. I would agree so as well. And Zuris saves his teammate. Really important fragging power. And yet again, a vacant A site. That's the last man left towards B. And this one more notable, as it was Miko to open the scorecards. And he'll be the man to close it, as Lekker's kill puts 10 on the boards. Double digits for Enterprise. And the CT side yet to pick up a single round.
Something just flashed up across my screen. Zurich has lasted the last 8 consecutive rounds without dying.
There you go. I mean, there's not much else you can say, really.
It's just honestly incredible, isn't it?
Just, yeah.
I think what's cool as well is the fact that you've not got one player just popping off for Enterprise.
It's just
you look at the kill distribution. Bar Mikey, everyone's performed exceptionally. But to be fair, Mikey has had nothing to do and he's taken all the space.
Yeah.
This time, just gets dealt with by the AWP.
I was going to say, this is like, he is the front runner of the team, you know, where he hasn't been finding success. He's been picking up, as you said, on information and space and control. And I mean, yeah, sure, you bring out the 8 rounds consecutive stat. I mean, just look at the money for the T side. They're living a life of luxury for the rest of this half. Unfortunately,
much better.
Yeah, I was going to say, for Enterprise, might just hit a bit of a brick wall as a second frag comes in. 3v5, going to be hard to fight back from, I think.
Yeah, potentially. Markow just waiting, biding his time. Zaim on the AWP. Looks to reshuffle in. Can take a kill from this angle and then fall back in. Nice protocols boost. Shadow spotted. That's perfect. Zurich hits the deck. Finally will die. But Petchin out balcony. He's hit a little bit of a time in here. But as he jumps in towards mini pit, Markow will silence him. Zaim again. Finally. Empiregoblins. It takes 11 rounds of asking, but they put one on the board.
Fair play. Finally on the board for Empiregoblins. The maximum at this point, Brandon, is 5, though. And I don't think anyone at home will be convinced, even if they do manage to get that one out, because Enterprise looking a different breed here in this second map. Double AWP setup as well for the CT side, so they really are trying to push the boundaries here, test the waters a little bit for Enterprise. I don't even think the T side have done anything special. They've just been playing simple CS, and it has just been working.
A better reaction. I was going to say out of Empiregoblins, but not ready for the boost. Thomas looks to step in. Has been quiet compared to his normal antics again, but gets burnt out by a different Molotov. Has to fall away. And all the utility being burnt out. See him. There you go.
Does indeed, mate. There you go. Point in case, the second frag as well. Both holds starting to get a bit disjointed. One player on either side. The split up means Markow from the Apps position needs to go nuclear. And, well, he does find the first. The bomb still being summoned to the A site. Unfortunately for Markow, that's the first of, ideally, 4 frags, maybe all 5 that he needs. And Petchin, unfortunately, standing tall. A very nice shot. The headshot angle. AK, it's just a good gun to be using for exactly that. Now Miko sticks it into reverse, tries to exit this round, but Petchin, he will give him his demands, but unfortunately holding his AWP hostage. 11-1.
Yeah, Petchin's pretty good, isn't he? My goodness me. The first shot was impeccable, but if we get to see it on the replay, the second one, on towards the AWPer that's scoped in, trained on your angle. I mean, look at this.
Bang. See you later, mate. Not so much you can do about that. It's brilliant Counter-Strike, man. No words to it. Yes. Zurich again with the AWP finding openers. Systems. Molly burning Markow down to nothing. Tried to go for the Apps peak system. Just an easy dismissal on an over-oppressive Thomas. And you should already tell, Brandon, this whole CT side of Empiregoblins, way too eager. And I think at this point it's just a stab at desperation more than anything, hoping that they can find themselves anything more than one. But with 13 rounds played, I think unfortunately one will continue to be all that they get.
I just want to say, I know we're talking about all these players performing well for Enterprise. Obviously, they're 12-1. But System, for me, has been absolutely fantastic in apartments. It feels like whenever he goes over there, he's finding not just one kill, but multiple. Always. Look at this again on the replay. He finds 3 kills there just to lock it in. Yeah, seriously impressed.
"12-1. They haven't even finished the first half at Enterprise. Only a hop, skip, and a jump away from finding themselves 1-1 in the contenders stage. It's Mikey that opens the scoring in round 14. Of course it is. Talking about him being the front runner. Could be the star of the show here in the penultimate of our first half. Nade placement, not even good enough to do exceptional amounts of damage. It's Mikey that plays Bogdan's Law and picks up the big green. I don't think anyone at this point in Enterprise will complain. An AK could just mean 3 frags. And Thomas holding from short. His FAMAS short-lived as well. I think, Brandon, it's safe to say we know exactly how this one's ending. And while we like to say, you know, you can't say a game is over until it is over. You just got to look to the top middle of your screen, and I think you realize that this game certainly is not going to be an easy one for the Empiregoblins.
No. No, definitely not. And it kind of just goes back into even the pre-series segment where we were like, okay, Empiregoblins, this is your opportunity on Ancient. This is the one map where you can force a decider, because when it comes to Inferno, it's a game of fundamentals, and that's where team experience really shines through. I'll be honest, though, I didn't expect it to be this dominant.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Fair enough. Thing is, there's just not much to say on the exits of these rounds, Brandon, is there? It's just, you can see the scoreline, you can see the financial state that Empiregoblins are in. Oh, Miko! Fair play, puts a 3rd to his name, but unfortunately, having taken the fight means he can't press E on an AK, so he will exit this round with an SMG. Not that he cares, he's just straight back into the big green. Yeah, thank you, you can take that. Palm him off, you know, it's like little brother gets the big brother's clothes. Enjoy, mate. You can wear that MP9. I've got my flashy AWP to show.
Yeah. Also, the issue is Enterprise do not care if they lose players, because all of them have like 16,000.
Yeah.
Last one out middle. Thomas finds Lecker.
I dig the change in pace. It's something that I think they look to do, but it just felt very disjointed when they have done so previously. Mikey finding one, flashbang goes high. That's just basically so he can jiggle out and get information without both sides seeing him. System finding another. Petchin spins back around. Not that he's needed. Mikey's got Zame covered anyways. The Organ Apartments has found another 3 versus 1 as Miko dropped from B. And the AWP unsuccessful. Mikey picks it up. He's on for 4. Markow and Apartments. I think he recognizes, well, I've got to find this clutch 1v3. Story of this game has been pretty appalling. And he'll fall to the same fate anyways. Petchin gets his name engraved in round 15. It's 14-1. And fair play to the Empiregoblins. I know the stream can't see it, but they're dropping good halves. They know Enterprise have played a very good game of CS.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like, again, this is something that you were saying earlier, but I really just want to repeat it here. This is so much invaluable experience for Empiregoblins, because they can go back, they can see how they played this, they can see what Enterprise were doing, and they can bring it forward. They can learn so much from this game, despite it being basically a whitewash. They can learn an awful lot.
Yeah, I think, as you say, like, this is really good experience. I used to always like saying, you know, I hate to bring it up because it was a terrible time for me, but when I was coaching,
that's a terrible time for you.
Because we just lost everything.
Oh, okay.
But, like, if you check my Liquipedia entries, Brandon, literally it's bottom place in every qualifier. I always said to the lads, oh, hold on a second, hold my thoughts just a moment, because Lecker isn't done. Heads are rolling towards Banana, picks up 3 with a 3rd through the smoke. A platter of frags might just be silenced as Thomas catches the man in the back lines. and the dual Berettas retreat, but the USP starts to advance, and Lekka, oh, don't get knifed, never mind. Markow thinks better of it, wants a bomb plant. 2 versus 1. Zurus with everything to do. I was going to say a round you lose is a round you learn from, but this is a round that they can find success in, as it's the second on the board for the Empiregoblins. And to be fair, if there's any way they're going to come back, it had to start with a pistol. They do deliver on that front, though.
Why do the dual Berettas sometimes not do any damage ever?
Yeah, I don't know,
system, it's not a system's fault. I'm going to be real.
Nah.
The dual, I mean, he did whiff 30 bullets, but I've seen so many examples of that happening, and I've been involved in many of those examples that it's definitely the gun's fault.
It's true. I hate it, but I love it, because just as quick as you can find 3, you can do 89 in 6, and that's it, you know? Scary, scary stuff. Enterprise still only 2 away. Can't take that away from them either. Sure, this CT start might be a little slow, but there should be no way on God's green earth they lose this game from here.
I mean, they might lose this round. As Matteo is finding out the stack. Zurus on the MP9. Have you got any heroics in you? But potentially not. That's the bomb site cleared. Empiregoblins breathe a sigh of relief as they start to punch in the digits.
Nicely done. Thomas finding another. Liking the confidence as well for the T side. You know, usually people just think, oh, let's play passive. You know, let's just count up the rounds. Let's use it quite sparingly as well. Mac 10's just sending it in. Yeah, I want those ecos. I guess it's more of a force buy, but I want those exits. 2 kills already to come in. Maybe you want to second guess that, gents. The nade. Oh, that's so well placed from Mikey. Markow will find another. Enterprise might just get away with an AK here. 1 towards bottom banana, 1 towards top. Unfortunately, Mikey removed by Zame, and that means Petchin encapsulated between a smoke and the man at the bottom of B. I'll let him run by. Yep, kill comes in, AK picked up, and he knows the other player too far to retrieve it. So at least there is a gun save, but majoritively speaking, this is just going to be an eco here for this CT. Okay, never mind. It's not going to be an eco for this CT side.
They've got so many rounds to play with, and you've got 2 rifles out, and they're feeling so confident. You can't argue it's a good play. You can't argue it's a bad play. It's one that they just feel like they can bring out. And the fact that in your mind, in my mind, it should be an eco, maybe Empiregoblins feel like it's going to be that as well. So they might walk into these AKs, these rifles, not knowing the full extent of the investment. Lekka goes in. Zane fully blind, though, will still find him.
Nicely done. Mikey finding another. There is competition thrown at the Empiregoblins investment, but maybe a bit of an overextension. Thomas and Markow both finding kills. And Empiregoblins can finally sigh in relief. 2v4. It's the worst 2 guns as well left alive for Enterprise, so isn't too likely. And unfortunately, system moves away as B control obtained. But it does mean if the bomb doesn't move from where it is right now, they could just walk into this stack.
Oh no, if they walk into the stack, oh please don't walk into the stack, Empiregoblins. Okay, they're not. That's fine. They thought about it. Yeah. They're like, nah, we've got banana. Let's just go B. But Zurus, I mean, take a look at the health. There's a world in which that MP9 shreds. But fortunately for Empiregoblins, we're not living in that world. We're living in this one. Nice, happy, carefree. B's open, guys. We're going to win a round.
Woohoo! That's my guess as to what the comms sound like.
Yeah. I know Twitch can't see the pictures as well, but I like Zame's little picture.
It's like paint drawing of the Goblin logo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I wonder if they tried to submit that one, you know? They were like, yeah, we'll use this, and then Elise were like, yeah, no.
I really hope they did.
It's happened before. I think there was a tournament in which there was like an absolute troll logo, and they were like, yeah, like funny, but it's not happening. Like, it's just not allowed. But, yeah. This one finished. 4th on the board here for the Norwegian side. It's a good step to recovery, but ultimately, Brandon, I don't think...
No, chicken.
Oh! I was going to say, don't think it's going to be a consistent theme throughout the rest of this game. Should just be a world in which, you know, Enterprise, even if the comeback looks likely for Empiregoblins, they should be able to find 2 in the remaining 11.
Yeah, and you can see that it's going to be a buy down to about $2,000 a player for the CT side because they're on full loss bonus. So you still got deagles, you still got an AK that was recovered. But for Empiregoblins, it should be a perfect opportunity to find 5, and you're just sparing your blushes a little bit here.
Nicely done by Mikey. First kill is his. Second, not quite finding the mark. Yes, a 1-for-1 doesn't really help anyone.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of util use.
That was, yeah.
That was 2 mollies in the smoke for limited control.
Oh, Deagle Petchin should be finding it. Goes for seconds. Doesn't get a slice of the pie on that attempt either. Round 19 boiling down to the final minute 10. Bomb making its way out towards short as well, and that's exactly where the AK is set up.
He's not on the off angle though. He's just peeking close in. Yeah. And Marco can completely capitalize. If System was holding for the wider angle, I think he gets more on his purchase there. But instead, he's got to drag the crosshair and adjust, but also get it over the pillar in time.
Stroke. Exit.
And that is so nitpicky of me, but
yeah,
it's true.
No. You've got to go for it sometimes. Nicely done. Lecker will find one. Way too eager to try and pick up the AK. But there we have it. It will be a 5th on the board for the Empiregoblins. But of course, got to turn to the economy here for the CT side and recognize, well, that one was an eco. Life's going to be all right. It's now a 5th on the board. You're still 9 to the good. And on top of that as well, you can now bring out AWPs, M4s, utility, the whole 9 yards on this investment.
Comeback?
You reckon?
No. Not yet. Get me 10 rounds and I'll start believing.
All right.
And the Empire will be gobbling on that sweet success.
Fair enough. He believes in the Goblin train, but only once a certain threshold is met. He believes in the momentum, not in the comeback. And unfortunately, Brandon, there might just be a door stopper that's halting Empiregoblins from breaking through into round 6. System holding from apartments as well already. The double deficit turned into 3, turned into 4, and it's a flawless round for Enterprise. The round took 37 seconds, but that is going to be a week's worth of thinking as Empiregoblins a single round away from dropping down to that 0-2 bracket.
It gives me real ancient vibes, this T-side half, because Empiregoblins looked really strong. They started coming out the gate, and it was actually until Enterprise were able to bring out all of the guns where they found their success on that defense. Similar story here on Inferno. All the rifles come out, all the kills locked in. 15-5.
Might just be a 16th as well. Empiregoblins running out of money. Someone taking a deduction. It's Matteo with a Galil. Not to mention as well, the utility isn't solid across the board. You'd think the compromise would give them that edge, but it doesn't even. There is an MP9, to be fair, on the Enterprise side. Don't quite know what Lecker's intentions are. We'll check him in the minimap and see he's top banana. But nothing too oppressive as of yet. Juris waiting. Up towards short. Spots the shadow and the arm, but Markow just tapping away, pre-firing, knew that the AWP was still sitting there. Very nice shot. System has to put out the molly with his own smoke. Flash to go high over the top as well. Well placed HE in a second one. System even lower. Swings out behind it. Miko and Markow both with kills, but Mikey's there for another. All the M's. Upon plant, 2v3, Enterprise, do you consider going for it?
I mean, they might do, but Lecker has just recovered an M4, so probably not now. And yeah, this is the right decision. Falling away, nice round from Empire Goblins. A fantastic pre-fire as soon as the shadow was spotted as well, over towards short. Just a really well-worked round, honestly. The fact that Miko gets that much space out towards long is kind of a cause for concern for Enterprise. But overall, no alarm bells ringing just yet. It is only 15-6 after all. And Mikey's going to find Matteo to make the economy that little bit weaker.
It's a good job. But of course, you need all the rest now.
They are having fun, though. As soon as that MVP music started playing in pit, we get to see it on the camera angle, the AWP's like bobbing his head to the MVP. So it's good. I'm glad that they're in good spirits, Empire Goblins.
Yeah, it's true. I think as well, you kind of know, like, when you're playing against teams, like, every team's going to be a bit of a short straw drawn, right? It's like,
yes,
you're very limited in terms of the amount that you can play. We don't quite know if this is going to be a team and they're unsigned or if it is just a mix, right? Like, I don't quite know all of the background deep enough to give you a definitive answer. But either way, you just know that they're not going to practice as much as a team like Enterprise.
It's true. Miko's got a lot of ground here out towards Banana. An incredible amount of space. And Petchin, look at this angle. This is really brave, because if someone jumps up from second mid, he's just dead. You can hear that. Surely he hears that, right?
It's true. Thomas. Has he still got his knife out in apps there? No, he's got his AK now at least. Oh! Not that it matters, because the man that I thought was going to cause some disruption gone, and look at them go. Empire Goblins just all over the map finding frags. It's just Eurus left, AWP against 5. Wanting to look for an exit, but considering how sporadic Empire Goblins were in that round, I don't think he'll be able to get out with the big green whatsoever.
No, I don't think so either. What a fantastic round. That's been the best T-side round we've seen from Empire Goblins all half long. Oh my god. Zurus, you are a lucky, lucky boy.
Yeah, you won't know quite how fortunate that timing was until he watches that round back.
Don't peek. Just don't peek. You don't need to. Oh, we've seen him. And now he's revealed his position.
Was it worth it?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. I didn't like that.
No. Could have just kept it quiet. Wanting to do a little bit of damage. I mean, damage isn't going to really help much because you might as well just save the AWP and bring it into this one, to be fair. They've got 2 of them. But System would be on an M4 right now, you know, and have all the utility. Maybe even Petchin could as well. I mean, what, Mikey had 7 grand? Zurus had 6, I think?
Yeah. Well, they both had enough to buy AWPs, so
Yeah.
that means that they both could have dropped M4s.
Not that it matters. Apparently the FAMAS is just better.
It's not.
Definitely isn't. The loopy land that we live in, Brandon, it could just be the last. You could just see it boiling up to a moment like this. You can just see it happening. Enterprise, a little bit sloppy to start things out on the CT side, but once they got the ball rolling, as you said, I think on Inferno, they never really stood a chance in the first place. Valuable experience here today, but with Zame against 5, you kind of know the game is already done and dusted. Nice first shot, to be fair to him. Gets tagged up, players positioned, ready to go. To be fair, finds a second. Vacant B site as well. Starts to pressure in, wants to check out the angle before smoking it. Has a look to what's behind. Let's stop giving him 1v1s, please, Enterprise. Let's play this one a little smarter. It's taken way too long for my liking, though, to focus on what's in front of him. And I think he might just pay that ultimate price in just a few moments' time. 35 seconds for him to set the bomb down. The tap, the peak, the kill. 16-7. Enterprise take it 2-0, and they guarantee at least another day here. And unfortunately for the Empiregoblins, to get into that main Swiss stage, they need to win the next 3 consecutive best of 3s. Today, not their day. Best hit by Enterprise, 2-0, and a 16-7 on Inferno. We'll talk all about it in just a sec. Tell you what, Brandon, not a bad day in the office for Empiregoblins. I think definitely on Ancient, as you said, there's been a lot to learn from. On Inferno, I mean, sure, you get all those rounds towards the end, but considering the half went 14-1, I don't think, and I think we knew just as well as they did, they stood much of a chance there in the second.
No, definitely not. But look, you got to give a lot of credit to Empiregoblins, the fact that they're able to make it that close on Ancient. Yeah. They really run, and they take their opportunities when Enterprise gave them over to them. And then on Inferno, thank goodness for them that they actually do establish a little bit of a foothold into the game. They don't ever get kind of not, what's the word? Like uninspired, unencouraged by the scoreline. They keep building back into the game. And it's fantastic to see that they've got that attitude, especially for a group of young players. Always know it's going to be quite difficult. And again, the word we keep coming back to, experience.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a loss. It's 2-0. It doesn't look great on paper, but as you can see, main Swiss stage, sure, they're the first team to go 0-2, but it would have been a lot to learn from nonetheless. Enterprise are our first team into that 1-1 bracket, of course. We still have another game to bring you to see who will join them. That 0-1 stage only just kicking off as Eklot versus 359 happening at 2 CEST. That's 1 PM our time, Brandon, which means it's an hour and 15 until kickoff. We'll be back in about an hour or so, I think, to bring you the pre-show. We can talk things through, have a little chat about these two teams. If there's a game of Counter-Strike you want to be watching today, it would be the 359 boys taking on a very experienced Eklot. We'll see if that's going to be the case. We'll see if it's a thriller or if it's a blowout like that one in just a few moments' time. We're back in about an hour. We'll see you then.
you